Yeah, hi coders. So, welcome to Java Hello World. So, today we'll discuss about the topic which is string. So, string is the most important topic in Java. So, we'll start with that. So, let me share my screen. So, I hope you can able to see my screen. So, coders, like today we will discuss about the string. Like this string is something. It is a class in Java which is immutable. It is immutable, like we can't change the value inside the string class. So we can say that it is immutable as because of the security purpose as well. Along with that, like we are fetching the data, setting the data in the database across the network to make sure that there will be no any means manipulation in the string. So that time we are using means manipulation the value, that time we are using string, like to avoid the manipulation in the value over the network and all, to make the string as secure. So that time we are to make the value as secure, that time we make the class as string and putting assigning the values in the string class and string variables. Okay, now, so here we have in the string which we have heap memory as well as string constant pool. So here you can see like SCP is nothing but string constant pool. So like what happens is whenever you will create a object of the string, then it will create the replica in the string constant pool. So that means it will not matter whether you are creating the uh, value, the object in the string constant pool or heap memory. So let me explain that this string constant pool is something like we can create the object using string literal. So this is something string literal, but this is something the heap we are creating it in a heap memory. Like if we will give the new keyword, then it will create in the heap memory. So here you can see like here, if we will do this as string s3 equals to new string code, so that time it will create this s3 in the heap memory. Along with that, suppose it's already created this one in the code, that's why it is not creating in the heap in the string constant code. But at the very first time, if we will create this, suppose if I will create suppose if I will create a string name is equals to new string, uh, I will give Java. So what happen? What it will do is this name will create in the heap memory first of all, and along with that it will create in the SCP as well to avoid like means JVM is so much smart enough that it will create as a backup in the string constant pool, that if sometimes if any other times like if we give the same value, then it will assign it through that string constant pool itself, like it will not create the new value. Okay, so here I have some examples. So suppose I have string s1 is equals to uh, string s1 equals to abc, and then or either if you write Java. Okay, and then if we will write s2 is equals to s1 plus Java hello, Java world, if we will give here. So what do you think, like will it, or we can write this like this s1. So what do you think, like will it assign the value of s1 Means in that S1 means will it append? No, means it will create the new value in the string constant pool. So it will create like this. Let me create for you. It will create code Java world like that. It will create, and here it will give the variable which is this s1 variable. Okay, so it will, the thing is that here it will not append that in the particular value itself. It will create a new value. Okay, so means that's why we call this as a immutable. Means we can't change the existing value, we can create a new one and assign that. So here we have one example. So here suppose string s1 equals to code and string s2 equals to code. Now we have to perform some operations, means some conditions we need to check. So in this, suppose s1 equals to s1 code and s2 is code. Now s1 is this one code and s2 is also this one, the code. But if we will do the reference s1 and s2, so the reference will be same, which is in the constant pool. But if you will do s1 dot equals true, that will also be, means this equals assignment will give the value, like what is the value, means it will compare the value whether the value is same or not. So this will compare the value, and this will compare the reference. So here s1 equals to s2. So it, so say checking the reference, like whether this code is having the same reference or not. Yes, it's having the same reference. That's why it will give true. And s1 dot s2 equals s2. Then it is also checking the contains, whether it contains the same value or not. Then it's give true. Like if we have s3, in the s3 we have new string code. So if we will check the reference of both, so here we can see as the new we have given new keyword, so it will create the heap. This will create in the heap memory. So here you can see s3 is pointing to here, and s2 is pointing to in the scp. So there that reference is unequal, so that's why it will give false. But if we will compare the contains, the value, yeah, so value will be same, it will give true. And similarly, S3 equals S4. So something here, what we are doing intern. So intern operation is something like it will pointing to the SCP1. Means if S3 we have, but if we will give if we will give the intern operation, intern method, then it will pointing to that SCP itself. So if we will compare now the reference, the S3 and S4, that will also be false, because S3 is giving in the heap memory the reference of the heap memory, but S4 is giving the reference of the um, string constant pool. So this is intern is also a very important method. So you can remember that. Now let's start the coding, and we'll show you in the code as well. So let me go to this main code, and here let me comment this out, or let me comment this out, or later delete it. So here if I will do string s1, let me copy this. So these are the things. Now let me print out s1 equals s2. So what we said, s1 equals s2 will be the true. So let's see whether it is true or false. So it's true. Now similarly, if we check for it's true, we will check for equals. So s1 dot equals s2. So it will give us true. Similarly, equals give us true. Okay. So similarly, coders, like if we will check for s3, s2 equals s3, s2 equals s3, then it will give us s2 equals s3, then it will give us a false, because s3 is in the heap memory and s2 is in the string constant pool. So the reference will, this is the reference one, it will give false. Okay, it is giving us false. Uh, or either let me type s2 and s3, s1 and s2. So like this it will print. And similarly, if we will give and similarly if we will give uh, s4 equals s3, then it will also give s4 equals s3, it will also give false. Okay, so here you can see it is giving false. So this is because this s3 is in the heap memory and s4 is in the string constant pool, so that's why it will give false. But similarly, if we'll compare the equals the contents of that time it will give true. So if we will write s4 dot equals s3, then it will give us true, because it will check, it is checking the content of that. So yeah, it will give true. So likewise, we can do this thing. And here, as I was telling that suppose if I will write here itself code s1 equals to s1 plus hello s1 plus code world, then now this time it will uh, now this time if we'll compare with the means if we'll check the hash code of this S1, means that will be different. So if I will print here system, so S1 dot hash code. So this hash code will be different. So suppose I am writing this S2. Okay. So here you can see the hash code will be different. String, or either I will write S5. Okay. So the hash code will be different here. S5 hash code. Okay. Because means it's not appending in that, means it creating a new one. So here you can see the hash code for the first one, which is the code. It's this 30599181, and this is minus this code world is something minus 1104995899. So these are different. So as we conclude that, yeah, means we can't append that in the same, means it will create the new one. We can't change the value. It will create the new one. Okay, in the string, in the case of string. So yeah, this is something about the string. Please let me know if you want to see more topics, and please like the video and subscribe it, and comment on that, like how you like how helpful this video is, and we'll meet in the next video. Until unless, bye.